Alright, example 2. What is this conic section right here? Can you tell? Well, it equals 1. There's two things that do that. An ellipse and a hyperbola. What else? You notice the 4, divide by 4, divide by 9. It's one of those two. What's the key right here? It's subtraction. Y squared minus x squared. This is hyperbola. So, two equations for hyperbola. Remember that the simple ones was y squared over a squared minus x squared over b squared equals 1, or the other way, x squared minus y squared. So you can tell this one is y squared minus x squared, so that should ring a bell, right? Y squared minus x squared. This axis, this transverse it's going vertical, right? You got your vertex, and it's gonna look like this somewhere. Now this is translated. Why? How can you tell? Because of the H and then the K. Actually, it's the other way around. That would be an easy thing to miss right there. Y is always with K. H was always with X. So this is Y minus K, and this is X minus H. So be very careful. So here's your formulas. You got X minus H squared over a squared minus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1, or you have the other way, y minus k squared over a squared minus x minus h squared over b squared equals 1. Here's your two new formulas. Once again, they're basically the same, only instead of x, you're putting x minus h. Instead of just y, you're going to put y minus k. Everything else the same. And what is h and k? It's going to be your center in this case. Okay, now look up here. This one, obviously we're dealing with this one, the vertical transverse. So we can draw a picture. That's what you definitely want to do for this stuff. And actually, I think I will have you do a graph on the test and quiz. So let's plot what we know. If I look at this thing, what do you know just by looking at it? H and K. H is, don't be too quick to say, oh, 3. H is always with the X. So H is -1, and K is y minus K. K is 3. Here's your new center. What else do you know? Look at the numbers on the bottom. If that's 4, 4 is supposed to be a squared, so a equals 2. 9 is supposed to be b squared, so that means b equals 3. What else? Anything else can we get here? That's pretty good. So let's draw our center. So let's make a sketch. I think I'm going to make you graph, so do this with me. -1, 3. So -1, 1, 2, 3. Alright. Got my center. I plotted it. Now once again, this is a hyperbola, and based on its y squared minus x squared, it's going to go this way. You got the transverse, and the middle of the transverse is my center. So how do I get my vertex here and my vertex here? That's where that's where understanding the A, the B, the C, all that stuff is. So let's use my A value to get my vertex. A always deals with the vertex. B always deals with, well, in this case it's not a co-vertex, but B is the other side, right? So let's go. So here's how I get it. I go up 2. 1, 2. I use my A. That's my vertex right there. Then I go down 2. 1, 2. There you go. So really my branch is going to be up here and down here. Let's do the 3. So start the center and go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Somewhere over here. And then you make a box for a hyperbola. Okay. And then you can draw your asymptotes. And now I'll draw my branch. Touches there, goes up. Draw my other branch, touches this vertex, goes down. Alright, basically I drew my hyperbola. Anything else we need to know? A, B, we probably should draw a focus in here. So our focus, I am going to ask you, I'm going to say what is the vertex, and you're going to have to use like your picture to figure it out. So if the center is right here, and I went up 2, what happened? I went 2 more up in the y value, so I add 2 to this guy. So my my vertex will be -1 comma up 2 more from the center, -1 5. And I went down 2 from the center, so go down 1 2, so it started -1 3, I go down 2, and I end up with -1 comma take 2 off of here, and you get 1. Those are my vertices. Know how to do that. Alright, focus deals with C, right? So C squared equals A squared plus B squared. So C squared equals A squared, which is 4 plus 9. C squared equals 13. C equals root 13. It helps me find my focus. So my focus, this is the tricky part, will be this plus the C value, right? It'll be tricky here. So the C value is going to be up here somewhere. So it's not 0 comma C or 0 comma negative C. You start here. This is like your 0 0, and you add on this and you subtract this. So your focus should be -1 comma I go up square root of 13 from here. So I take 3 and add square root of 13. So I'm just going to leave it 3 plus root 13. And then the other one be -1 comma I take this and go down square root of 13. So I'm going to take 3, take this original, and minus root 13. That's hard for people to understand, so I'm going to go over this again, do one, figure it out. Alright, I'm going to ask you for focus, I'm going to ask you for vertices, and I could ask you for the other things too, but we'll stop there for now. Just make sure you understand at least these two and how to graph it. Okay, your hyperbola translate.